All right, let's give it a minute. See if some people jump in here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. I go live every weekday, even on holidays like Memorial Day. So it's a weekday. I'm here. Um, so yeah, if you want a live daily news comedy show, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell. Because I give you my word, I go live every weekday. I can't give my word what time. What time is it now? We're looking at dinner time now. Sometimes I go in the morning. Most of the time it's early afternoon. So either way, hit that notification bell when you hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this channel, doing these lives every day. And I can't do it without your help. So hitting that subscribe button is huge. We're going to talk about a article out of TechSpot. I don't know if you use Valve or Steam. No, Valve, I believe, is the company. But Steam, your Steam account. I get a Steam account. Got some games in there for the kids. But Steam, wicked popular. And we're going to talk about how a user was asking if they can put their Steam account in their will and pass that on. We live in a weird virtual time. And the answer might shock and stun you, especially because when you have a Steam account, you've purchased the games. So technically, if you have a Steam account, I don't know if a lot of people have Steam accounts. I think it's a pretty popular thing. What's up, Kevin Hawthorne? Good evening. Hey, by the way, I seen your email saying Happy Memorial Day. I haven't got to read it yet. It's just been very hectic times, my friend. We still don't have a place to live, so things have just been tough on my end. I just haven't been catching up with everything. Trying to do this live takes a lot of my energy. And it takes a lot of my focus off of the horrid circumstances my family's in. But if you're just joining, we're going to talk about this article out of TechSpot and how Valve has confirmed that you cannot put your Steam account in your will when you die. You cannot transfer it to somebody else, which is bullshit. If you don't know, when you get a Steam account, you've purchased these games. This is my big issue with everything being a rental nowadays, essentially, or a digital virtual thing. I don't know what else you'd call it. But on these Steam accounts, you've paid for the game. You technically own it. I don't know why you would not be able to put that in your will, give it to your kids or whoever you want to inherit that. That should totally be legal. This should be fought. We should be able to transfer our... I mean, it's just like if you owned a video game, right? If you own the disc, you put that in your will, give it to somebody. Why are you not allowed to do that with the digital versions that you bought, that you paid for? It seems like a scam. And just briefly, let me explain something, because there's a lot of young people here. Back in my day, okay? I'm an older millennial. I grew up in the 90s. I remember when Tupac and Kurt Cobain were alive. There used to be editing programs called Cool Edit Pro, which turned into Adobe Audition when it got bought out, and Pro Tools. And these audio editing softwares used to be able to physically purchase. And so I worked in radio. That's how I know all this. And I always would try to price out these programs. They're very expensive. You got to remember, $500 back in like 2007 was like $3,000 in today's money, probably. I don't know. You can Google it, but it was a lot more. So anyways, so these editing software programs that you can still use online today. That's why I'm telling you this story, because you used to be able to you could just buy Pro Tools right out, and then you just paid a fee to update the software, to update the user, whatever, the user interface things, the new upgrades, the downloadable content, whatever you want to call it. But you would own Pro Tools. You would actually own it, and then you would just pay if you wanted to upgrade to Pro Tools 4, whatever it was. Then, as of, I forget when this happened, a few years ago, probably at my last radio gig, when I was using the Pro Tools, talking to somebody about this editing program, and they said, yeah, now you rent it. So you're essentially paying a monthly fee to host the editing programs on your computer. You're not even owning them outright. And this is kind of how hold on. And I just talk about this because if you don't know, I remember a time where you used to just get unlimited data and there was no fine print asterisk that after you use 20 gigs, you got throttled. This is peak capitalism. Once they figure out that if they can get you away from owning anything and they can rent it to you, whether it be audio editing programs, data on a phone plan, or movies, like the Netflix streaming world, you don't own none of that. You just rent these movies monthly. You rent to have access to it. So that's what everything's going towards. But there used to be a time where you could just purchase these things outright, which, in my opinion, better time, because you just owned it. If you wanted to own Pro Tools and just not keep upgrading it and keep paying every year once they came out with the new upgrades, you could at least just own that hardware. And then if you died, you wanted to put in your will to give it to somebody else, that was fine. This article, and I'll put it in the description below. I did not put it this time. I'm sorry, my brain is all over the place. But this article out of TechSpot is kind of the new future of how even if we think we own things, we don't. This is a perfect, what the fuck? Sorry. Ads are popping up everywhere. Everything's an ad, everything's rented. It sucks. Because this user, delete12345, that can't be their real username. It says they asked Steam support if he can put his Steam library in his will. Unfortunately for him, the staffer replied that Steam accounts and games are non-transferable and users cannot provide someone else with access to the account or merge its contents with another account. That's bullshit, okay? Cannot provide someone else with access to their account. What if you're not providing somebody else with access to the account, but you're just bequeathing the account to somebody else? You say, I relinquish my authority over the account and I give it to this person. How can fucking Steam say you can't do that, right? And I only get angry because I have a Steam account and I've purchased those games. I'm not renting those games. I've paid money to own them. So how are they going to tell me I can't do what I want with something I own? Isn't this fucking crazy? Is anybody else like livid about this? And I'm not even like, my Steam account maybe has like 4 or 5 games in it. So it's not something where like I'm invested in. I just think it's absolutely wild that they have the balls or the authority. That's what I wonder. Like, do they really have the authority? I guess it's because it's their platform. But in that case, is there something we could do? Is there some kind of boycott or something? Because that just seems crazy. Like, what if this dude has a, doesn't have long to live, and the gaming community is huge, so he wants to put his Steam account in his will and give it to somebody. Who the fuck is Steam to say like, no, you can't do that? We know you purchased all those games, but those games have to go to the grave with you. And then that account has to just die when you do. That seems so stupid, And if anything, maybe purchase those games. Well, there's no more Circuit City. Is there a place where you can physically buy computer games anymore? That's the other thing. Once they eradicate all those physical locations, you're shit out of luck, and you have to listen to the rules that they've created on a whim. So I don't know. Maybe if we bombard Steam, if we just keep peppering with them with how bullshit this is, they'll change it. Because they can change it. They're just saying that, oh, this is just how it goes. They're saying the policy can be easily bypassed by simply giving another user login credentials. True. The inheritor can change the payment card and other details without notifying Steam about the change in the account ownership. But this is, they're talking about the workarounds. But they say this is a plausible way to bypass Steam's restrictive policies. So these are just rules Steam made up. This isn't law. This isn't from the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. They didn't declare that the virtual world would not be inheritable. You know, like this is just some company wanting to be dicks. That's all this is. This is just Steam saying like you can't virtually give or inherit, bequeath. What's the word? Because you inherit something. Nobody can inherit their virtual library, which sucks. Think about if your dad was a gamer, right? I'm too old for that shit to be a thing. But if your dad was a gamer and you wanted to pass down, you know, your gaming catalog, your library, and Steam was like, nah, it's just the policy that we made up says you can't do that. I mean, it's just a bad look. It's just, again, it's peak capitalism. It's them saying like, no, whoever you want to inherit that gaming catalog, that gaming library that you've, you know, built up over the course of your life, you can't put that in your will, but they can go and purchase all those games that they allegedly will own, and then they can't do anything with it, even though they own these things. And that's the thing about, you know, call me an old millennial, but just owning DVDs and the physical game copies and XYZ, I'll never have to fucking ask Sony or Steam or, you know, Universal Records or whoever the fuck, you know, is the distributor and the licensor of these physical copies if I can put them in my will. They'll never be able to have the authority. But somehow in this virtual world, and you'd think the virtual world made everything easier, made everything better. Well, what about these scenarios where you just want to hand down your game catalog to your kids or whoever it is, and just because they made up a policy, so they just made up a policy that's all make-believe, but the policy essentially what it does is force other people to purchase the games, which then they can't put in their will to give to other people. It's just all to cycle money back to some CEO, to some rich tech bro. And that's why he came up with this policy. But again, people, it's all make-believe. This policy was just created by whoever created the company just because they wanted to. They could change it like that. There's nothing that's going to hurt them. If people wanted to put this in their will, to give it, to bequeath it, to hand it down to somebody else, why not? Why? Can anybody give me a good reason why, besides it might not force people to buy the game again, even though somebody else in their family owns it? Say ha. Animo et vid. Courage and faith. Have a good Memorial Day. Thank you, brother. You too. You too. Say ha. I don't know if you're a gamer and if you have Steam, but this is really just shocking. I hate it when companies that have the power do shit like this. Like they're like, yeah, it doesn't affect us at all. We're doing great. Our market cap is cajillions of dollars. But we just want to say, like, you can't, if you're going to die, you can't put our game catalog, your Steam account in a will to give it to your kids. Like for none other than the fact we just made it a policy. It's such a trivial, petty power move, and it's such a like not cool thing, bro. Like not cool, bro. I don't know how else to describe it other than not fucking cool, Steam. Like I really think like if this dude, this delete12345 user who asked the Steam company like, hey, can I put my catalog, my account in my will? They were like, nah. Like what if this dude was really like had a certain amount of time to live and he just wanted to officially like leave his kid with something before he died and they loved gaming together? What a dick move, Steam. Whatever. So just be careful when you're buying stuff, when you're purchasing things. This illusion of like owning a digital library, that's really, you're not owning anything. You're hoping that the platform you own it all is cool enough to say, yes, you technically own that. But they put all this shit in the fine print and you just never know. And that's what capitalism is trying to push us into. You know, they are really trying to push us into just renting everything. So we always have to pay a fee. Again, a long time ago, when you got a cell phone plan, you didn't have to pay for the data. You didn't have to pay for 2 gigs of data, 4 gigs of data, 6 gigs of data, or whatever the fucking plans do. You just had internet. And then capitalist companies that need more and more profits, more and more revenue to satiate Wall Street's expectations, so their market cap rises and their stocks go up and they can do buybacks and pay off dividends. Once they figured out that, oh, we can charge people for the data, like individually, like gigs, they did that. They started renting the data to you. Fucking crazy. You couldn't just own a plan. You got to rent it, just like late fees. If you went over your data, if you kept that Blockbuster VHS tape too long, then you got charged for it. It's just incredible. So buy physical copies, folks. That way you never have to ask one of these giant corporations that are soulless, that do not care about you, if you can put it in your will or not. That just seems like a given, right? Do you believe that if you own something, digital or not, you should be able to put in your will and hand it down? If you purchased a game to own, not to rent, not to lease per month. This isn't the fucking, what is that, GameFly, or where you rent the games? This isn't that, you know? You're technically purchasing it. Seha. Yeah, but people were riding on a bandwidth of 14K bound, not a gig a second. I don't know what that means. You're smarter than I am in that field, my man. I'm just here to chastise these companies that want to pitch like we bandwidth. I don't know if you defended any of these companies, my man. We gonna have some issues. I'm just kidding. It just really chaps my hide that, you know, they want you to have this illusion like you own these things, and then the second they can pull the rug out from you and be like, no, you can't, you don't own it, like put it in a will kind of own it. You couldn't stream in 4K 20 years ago. Yeah, that's true. You couldn't. That's very true. But do you believe that they kind of rigged the system where they figured out, you know, how to sell you this bandwidth? Even though, and this is where I could have went into it, but even though I'm pretty sure they were subsidized, building the infrastructure for the internet was subsidized by the government, meaning our tax dollars paid these cable companies to build this infrastructure, which they then turned around and charged us to use. I mean, but again, I'm someone who thinks the internet should be like water or electricity, and even that shit is fucked up in this society. But I think it should be like water, where it's like everyone needs to have access to it. You can't just shut it off. You can't just go without it. I mean, at this point in our society, it is a staple. You have to have the internet. You can't walk into a place to apply for a job anymore. If you do, they go online, scan a QR code. So I just think internet has to be taken out of the hands of these private for-profit companies, somehow figured out a way to do within the government, which we've paid for this infrastructure, this 5G anyways. And I think it needs to be democratized, where everybody has access at a very low price, because trying to shop for internet right now is fucking crazy. They almost force you to get cable and a phone line just to get a good price on the internet. I'm telling you, because when I was trying to just get the internet, the cost of the internet went higher than if I had cable and a phone line in the house. So we need to really nationalize the internet and data plans and all that shit, because you can't get by without it. And it would just make sense. We shouldn't be cutting people off because they can't afford to live. So TechSpot article, I will put in the description when I'm done on this. The other thing I wanted to mention, there's a company in Virginia that just got hit with a fine because in their job ad, they put looking for a American-born white candidate, which I couldn't fucking believe that it was just a fine. This is crazy. You can get unlimited internet at reduced speeds if everyone streamed at full speed. You'd overload servers. There's a finite bandwidth. There is a finite bandwidth. You're 100% correct. I just don't think the system set up to charge people right now, or no, let me rephrase that. I think the system set up to charge people to have access to it disenfranchises a lot more people than it does give access. So that's, one of my biggest issues, especially in today's society where essentially you can't go without. Like if you got kids in school, you have to have the internet. If you're trying to get a job, you have to have the internet. These bosses want to have you have access to the internet at home, but they don't want to pay you enough to fucking afford the internet. So I just got some issues with it, but I get all those points. I just fight the people who are profiting off of the shit that our tax dollars built. Um, and again, that's why I love you, Seha, in here in the fucking chat. You're the man, dude. Haven't seen you in a week or so, so it's good to have you back in the chat. And for anybody watching, please hit subscribe. I love when people are up in the chat. Kevin Hawthorne, Seha. In fact, I was thinking about you last week, Seha, because I hadn't seen you in a while, so it is good to have you back. And I'm still trying to get my Fortnite YouTube channel up and streaming. There is a new Chapter 5, Season 3. There's a new update in Fortnite. Koo the Freestyler. What's up? Koo? Do you freestyle? Please hit subscribe, Koo the Freestyle. I almost tried to click on your profile. Are you on YouTube? Do you freestyle? As soon as I get off this live, I'm going to go to your YouTube channel. Oh, sick. You freestyle? Oh, my God. Okay. Please hit subscribe and hit the notification, Koo. Just so you know, this is a daily. I go live every weekday. Oh, you actually don't freestyle? God damn. But you do YouTube? You said yeah to something. I will check out your channel either way when we get off. Koo the Freestyler. And you don't freestyle? Come on. I don't make freestyle rap videos. Also, I subscribed immediately. Oh, but you do. Okay, so that's what I wanted to find out. So I know I go way off topic on these streams. I was going to talk about the job description in Virginia for a tech company in Dallas, Texas, that said an American-born white person is the candidate they're looking for. Seha, been on a World of Tanks kick. Avoiding the streams, needed a break. I get it. And Koo the Freestyle, post a couple memes on my channel. Awesome. I will check it out. World of Tanks. I've seen that. I've avoided that because I feel like I would get hooked. And yeah, I get needing a break. That's always important. Take a little headspace. That's what I've been helping my son level up in Fortnite because he got the battle pass. And this Fortnite is a Fallout. I don't know if anybody follows the Fallout game or they've made a TV show on Amazon. I don't get it. I was trying to get it by watching it. It ain't my thing, but I support whatever my son likes, so that's what we've been doing. I'm going to share this to a friend of mine. Please do. Oh, so that's what I was saying, Koo the Freestyle. I go live every weekday. Hit the notification bell so you can jump up in the chat. When I do go live, I talk about everything, always with an entertaining point of view. News, culture, shocking stuff. I'm going to give you a very unique perspective. Let's put that out there because I am for the people. I am completely against us having to afford to live. The cost of living, I think, are bullshit phrases. Just like this job title that they were saying, an American who's white, they're looking for. It was so shocking to me because you think about this, right? If people really think we're the land of the free, home of the brave, democracy, any of that bullshit that they want to claim we are, but then support any whites only American bullshit like this, you got to remember this stuff took place in the 50s to the 60s when the civil rights movement really pushed for the civil rights. What was it called that Lyndon B. Johnson signed into effect? The Civil Rights Act. So this is stuff that we've already gone over. Like, history has proven if you're against this shit, if you're one of these racists, it's not good enough to just not be racist. You have to be anti-racist. If you're one of these people, history has already shown you to be on the fucking wrong side. There is a wrong side on this. And if you raise that rebel Confederate flag or try to talk about some shit like, oh, it was the Virginia battlefield. Shut the fuck up. It was just about being a racist. We've established that. History has established that. So to see this stuff still today, like alive and well and kicking, is amazing. It's shocking and surreal, and it should not be an illusion that this shit's still happening in our country, and we can't be an equal, free, brave. Like, bravery to me is hearing about that company, calling that company out, saying, what was it called? Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm gonna get this. Hold on. Fight me, please, Corrupted. When did Corrupted get in here? Hi. Hi, Corrupted. I just seen you. I would fight you, but I'm only trying to fight 7 people at once, Corrupted, so I can't do that. Hold on. All right. Here it is, W Top News. And why do you want to fight people, Corrupted? What are you, 18? Jesus Christ. Say hi. That's me in a nutshell. M1 Abrams tanker. Oh, yeah. All right, you sound like a kind, humble guy. Anyways, oh, why, thank you, Koo. He's a little silly. He's my friend. Oh, that's your friend, Corrupted and Koo, the freestyle, because I need fun. Fighting ain't fun. You ever been to jail, my friend? You ever been to prison? You tell me that's fun. Tech company based in Loudoun County, Virginia. No, what is the... oh, here we go. The job posting by Ashburn-based Arthur Grand Technologies was looking for U.S.-born citizens, white, who are located 60 miles from Dallas, Texas. Now, the Civil Rights Division Immigrant and Employees Rights Section opened an investigation and determined that what they did was illegal. They were fined. But this is one of those things that I'm telling you. Hold on, I'll be right out, buddy. This is one of those things that history has already proven this shit. To be brave in this country isn't to, you know, whatever this fucking company is doing this. I do have Discord, but I gotta be honest, Koo the freestyler. That is a nightmare for me to use. I would need you to break it down. I've tried to have people explain it to me. Discord is one of those tough ones. I do have Twitch. I don't know if you're on Twitch, and I know that's not the same thing, but I do stream Fortnite on Twitch, and I'm trying to set up. But wait, what are you talking about a Discord for? See, I'm glad you guys stopped by, because this is interesting. You mean a Discord for the YouTube channel? I know there's a delay on this, so I hate to wait for that. So let me just talk about this real quick. So the brave, to me, being brave would be like fucking protesting this company, calling this company out, because it's disgusting and despicable that any company would want to jump 70 years back and rehash the past when it's clear like that shit was fucked up. So just keep an eye out for that stuff, especially on Memorial Day. A communication app. Yeah, I know what Discord is. I have an account on there. I just don't use it that much. And that's what I meant. Like, do you mean a Discord for my channel or what? I don't know. Leave it in the comments. I gotta wrap this up because I don't know what the kids are doing. I will go back and put these articles in the description so you guys can follow them. Corrupted, please don't fight anybody. You sound young, and let me save you a lot of trouble in life. You don't need to fight nobody. All right? Don't prove yourself. It doesn't prove yourself. If anything, you know what really proves yourself? When people get up in your face and you have the character to stand down. That's very tough. You ever done that? You should make a Discord server for the YouTube. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you meant. I would need your help, Koo. I'm not gonna lie. I would need your help because I don't know, without having a YouTube tutorial, I don't know if I could do it. I think that's a fucking great idea. Thank you so much. We need to continue this talk. Koo, hit the notification bell because I do go live every... It's just joking. He doesn't fight anyone. I figured that. I figured. I figured that. Fight me right now. Fight me in the comments. I love when YouTubers say that. I figured. Corrupted, you're just the sweetheart, buddy. We know. We know. You put on that tough persona, but deep down, you're a big sweetheart. Sure, man, I'm available to help if you ever need it. That would be amazing. No joke. If you could maybe help me walk me through that, because I completely agree. I would love to have some kind of Discord or communication, a communication platform. because some of the other cats in here that I see almost every week, I would love to have some kind of way. Do you set up Discords? I hate to do this on my live. Maybe we can join right now then. Join what right now? God damn, corrupted. Me and Koo are speaking. Koo, leave me a comment and let's try to connect. I'm on Twitter. I don't know if you have Twitter or X, whatever it's called, so we can direct message somehow. I would appreciate it if you and I could speak, because if you could help me set up a Discord for this YouTube channel, that'd be amazing. Corrupted, hit that subscribe button. You can be the guy who wants to fight everybody in the comments. All right, guys, I got to split. Koo, really nice to meet you. Say hi. LOL. See you later. Say hi. I hope I see you again this week. Love seeing you, brother. All right, guys. All right. Peace.